Hey there, if you're thinking of moving to SLO County but you haven't quite decided which city you want to move to yet, then this video is very specifically for you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jump on Google Maps and we're going to explore San Luis Obispo County in a day. So if all you had was one single day to come on over to the county and look at all the different little towns, well, I feel bad for you because it's going to be hard to see everything. Every little city is super varied. And in fact, I have a series of videos that I'm working on. I'm almost through with the whole county, really kind of diving deep into what it's like to live in each city. But today I want to just go with Google Maps and just show you a route that you could use just to kind of get a really broad overview of what's here. So you could, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to assume that you're starting, you're going to spend the night in Cambria the night before. Or arrive in Cambria the same day, super early in the morning, and then you're going to drive down the coastline and end out in Nipomo, and then you're going to drive all the way up and you're going to end in Paso, and you're going to see all the towns. We're going to skip a few little ones like Shandon and San Miguel and you know, stuff that's like way out east. But this should give you a pretty clear idea of, you know, at least a little taste of each town. So yeah, we're just going to jump into Google Maps here and take a little tour. A day in the life of what it's like to live in San Luis. So here we are in Cambria, and why would you start the tour in Cambria? Like, why wouldn't you want to stay in Cambria? It's a beautiful little town, and when you wake up in the morning or you arrive, do not rush out of this place because it's amazing. If you haven't been to Moonstone Beach, then this is a great place to kind of start your tour. Come on down, so there's no dogs allowed, and it's maybe not like this kid-friendliest beach. There is a cool little park. Where is that park? Shamel Park, right here. Yeah, so there's Moonstone Beach Park, but right here, this is like a little park with a playground. You can let your dog run around. I think it is like a leashed area, but yeah, nice little spot there. But this is a real estate tour, so let's get away from this area, and here's my favorite neighborhood up here. In Cambria. So Cambria, Pines Lane, or Weymouth. Head up there, Buckley and Catherine and Cambria Pines Drive. You can't believe how beautiful it is up here. This is just outstanding. It is, you know, millions for the homes. You're going to start at 1.5 million, go up from there, but just outstanding. And then if you have a little bit of time to explore around Warwick and Ashby, cruise around here and kind of drop down these hills into the West Village. From there, you know, you really need to check out the Fiscalini Ranch Preserve. And this is 400 acres of just open space. You can actually drop down and access it off of Windsor down here. But let's access it. Let's carry up. Let's go through downtown. Let's go through Main Street, the West Village, and the East Village. Drive up Main Street. And then pop over via Ardath. So this is kind of like the south stoplight right here. What is there? There's like 3 stoplights on Highway 1 through here. It's not a big town. So cross Highway 1 and just follow Ardath out. You're going to recognize Burton maybe, because Burton is like, oh, there's another stoplight right here too, actually. So maybe there's 4. But this is a neat little neighborhood to explore up in here, top of the world over here on this side. But what I want you to do is I want you to get on down Ardath over to the Marine Terrace neighborhood, which is out here. And if you're not up for kind of adventuring around, going on a long walk over here in the Fiscalini Ranch Preserve, which, I mean, it's one of the most beautiful areas of coast on California, if you ask me. Up at the top, it's a little bit more forested, just outstanding. But there's also just a little park over here. If you just kind of want to like take a peek and keep moving on or walk around up and down the neighborhoods, there's a little park, Lambton Cliffs, which is also beautiful. But that should give you, just that right there should give you a little taste of Cambria. And from there, we can head on down south past Harmony. If you did have time to stop at Harmony and grab some ice cream, one of the best ice cream shops around at Harmony. A little artist village there. Harmony Headland State Park, again, very beautiful. You're probably not going to have time to just go hike around every single beautiful place in San Luis, though. So the next town we'll run into, though, is Cayucas. And Cayucas is not super hard to get to know because it's super small. So get off on Cayucas Drive, and this little line right here, that's Cayucas Pier. And the most desirable part of Cayucos, California, one of California's last true beach towns, are the numbered streets and Pacific. One of the awesome things is that not just the beachfront homes, but all these homes here have amazing beach access by these sets of stairs. Like on 12th or 13th right here, there's a little set of stairs runs down to the beach. Dogs are allowed. Morro Strand State Beach Day Use Area. All up and down the beach here, dogs are allowed off leash if you're bringing your furry friend with you. So take your time, don't rush out of here. It's beautiful. Look at some of the beautiful homes in there. And then there's this eastern side. So you jump back on the Highway 1 and take Old Creek Road to Ocean Boulevard, head up Hacienda and cruise around up here. You can't really tell because we're looking at Google Maps here, but this is a big hillside, nice ocean views. So not quite so desirable part of Cayucos. It's a little bit cheaper, right? Just because you're kind of farther away from the little cute downtown area, but it's still awesome. Old Creek Road, when you have time to go explore up here, beautiful road. People love going cycling on that thing. Head up to Whale Rock Reservoir, some neat trails along the shore up here. Super neat spot. But so Cayucos shouldn't take a super long time to get through because it is tiny. And then you're going to run on down into Morro Bay pretty quickly here. And the first stoplight is at Yerba Buena. And you could come over here and explore up into these neighborhoods, but what I'm going to recommend that you do is actually take a right and pop down into Beachcomber here. And this is like old school Morro Bay, beautiful spot. There's not a whole lot of homes there, and you're going to start in the I don't know, between $1 and $1.5 million, even for like a small 2-bedroom place. But awesome. And then before you get down to this newer development down here, which is called the Cloisters, you're going to pop across to the east side, south of Del Mar Park. You're going to get a pretty good taste of what the east side of Highway 1 looks like. Up here up on the hillside, multi-million-dollar homes. It's outstanding up there. If you're looking to spend in the millions and you want an ocean view, it's quiet, it's west-facing, amazing sunsets. But yeah, so just roll on through there. And again, so Morro Bay, tiny little town, it's not going to take you long. Let's pop over to the intersection of Highway 41 and Highway 1. So Highway 41 runs over to Atascadero, but we're not heading over to Atascadero yet. We're going to continue on through Morro Bay and on over to Los Osos. This section of Morro Bay is awesome, and I'm going to recommend that you get out of the car either at the Morro Bay State Park or up at Black Hill. So when you come into Morro Bay, you're going to get off Highway 1, or you're going to come across Highway 1 on Main Street, and then take a left on Morro Bay Boulevard and pop over like Shasta or Piney Way if you want to explore around in here. It's kind of like a little downtowny area. There's Albertsons over here. Of course, the Rock is over here and the Embarcadero. But we're not doing the touristy thing today. We're doing the real estate thing. So you're going to stay away from all this business and come up Morro Bay Boulevard, pop over to Ridgeway, and hike up Black Hill. It's like a half a mile to the top of it, and the views are outstanding. It's like cheating. It's like this really, really incredible view that you can almost drive to the top of. So just go up Ridgeway, and you're just going to end up almost all the way at the top. If all you have time for is to get out and stretch your legs and enjoy the view from down low, totally fine too. Head back down Ridgeway, and the most desirable part of Morro Bay, kind of the southwest facing aspect of hillside right here, is beautiful. There are amazing homes, amazing views of the kind of the bay and the ocean here. Love it, absolutely love it. And then from there, let's go continue on Main Street. We're going to connect into South Bay Boulevard, which is just off Highway 1 over here. South Bay Boulevard, you're going to take a right on and run over to Los Osos. Killer trails on this side of South Bay Boulevard that you'll have to explore someday. When you come into Los Osos, take Santa Isabel right away. There's a stoplight right here. Head in Santa Isabel and go all the way down to Pasadena, 1st and 2nd and 3rd Street. There's a sweet little bakery down here if it's open. Grab some bread, grab a cookie. But this is incredible. This is a surprisingly beautiful spot on the bay right here. If you want to come in here and explore some of the numbered streets, the school is down in here. Super, super fun little kind of tight-knit area. But we're going to work our way over to Los Osos Valley Road. You'll see that called LOVR, Los Osos Valley Road, on a regular basis, and we want to get over to Pecho Valley. So we're going to kind of follow along Santa Maria. What is this road right here called? Pasadena turns into Santa Maria, head over to 4th, and then come in Ramona here. And this is Cuesta by the Sea over here. Super neat little neighborhood. And if you do it right, what do you need to do? Jump on Doris, or Pine, or Fern? What is this? Fearn? Anyway, I always get a little bit mixed up in here. It's like these little kind of narrow roads that you're navigating around on. Just take it easy, go slow. It's super cute. The lots are small. Love it in there. But just work your way over to Los Osos Valley Road through there. Here's the Monarch Grove Elementary School. There's actually a neighborhood over here that we just call like the Monarch neighborhood. I think it has an official name, but I always just call it the Monarch neighborhood. But find your way over to Los Osos Valley Road and Pecho Valley. And please make the time to go out to Montana de Oro. If you've never been to Montana de Oro, it is the mountain of gold. It's as cool as it sounds. It's a one-way in, one-way out, so you're going to have to spend some time driving out and then driving back in. But Spooner's Cove and this big kind of like mesa thing that comes out here, this big peninsula, it's incredible. Montana de Oro is literally where the Northern California beaches kind of start and Southern California beaches start. Just south of here is where you're going to run into Avila, and north is like Morro Rock, and heading on up into the northern kind of Big Sur style beaches. So check that out. And then just a little bit about kind of this side of Los Osos. So view homes. So up here, this is very, very steep. If you go up, what's it called? Rodman, I think, you're going to run into some really, really nice view homes up in here. Very beautiful, but steep. And then some lower down here, you get some kind of smaller lots over here, and then like larger 10,000 square foot lots. And then you have the, what is this, Bayview over here. Some neat kind of like Bayview Heights, right? Some neat homes with views of the rock and so forth over here. So you get a little bit more sun, you get a little bit higher up out of the fog over here in this area. So poke around there if you got the time. But from here, there's Los Osos. Now we got to head over to San Luis Obispo. So you're going to take Los Osos Valley Road to get into Slow. And this is where you're going to have your own choice, your own little, you have to choose your own adventure through here. You might want to head into town. If you take Foothill in, you can go check out this little area over here. So Bishop Peak is right here, and Cerro San Luis or Madonna Mountain is right here. And there's a couple of neighborhoods you could quickly check out in the foothills or kind of at the foot of both those mountains, and they're really, really pretty. So come in Foothill and explore around here if you like. Or if you're not quite so concerned and you want to see some kind of like big, wide open spaces and ranches, you can come out Perfumo Canyon, which eventually will turn into Sea Canyon, and that's going to drop you right in towards our next destination, which is Avila Beach. And if you just want to like make it happen quickly, just roll straight through Los Osos Valley Road and bump into 101 and head down to Avila Beach. If you haven't been out Perfumo Canyon and Sea Canyon, I recommend it. Go and check it out. It's beautiful up there. Come on out to Avila Beach. Avila Beach, if you know that you don't want to live in Avila Beach, and it's not easy to live there. There's very expensive real estate for the most part there. Kind of like in town, there's people have second homes and vacation rentals, and it's super small. And then there's some beautiful gated communities, and then there's Avila Valley Drive, which is just like incredible multi-million-dollar homes. But there's not a whole heck of a lot of inventory available, and what is there is pretty darn expensive. If you could live in Avila, I recommend it. It's like a dream, like to be able to retire or just live an amazing lifestyle, because you can. Avila Beach is a beautiful place. But we're going to move on from there. When you leave Avila Beach, maybe stop by the Avila Valley Barn. Great place to grab some ice cream or a snack or some fruit. But then heading down to Pismo, don't get on the freeway. Jump on Shell Beach Drive right before you get on the freeway, and go visit Shell Beach. Shell Beach has some of the most beautiful real estate in the world. I keep saying, these videos I've made, and I keep on saying some of the most beautiful real estate in the world. It's true. Drive into Shell Beach and you'll see it for yourself. There's all kinds of little parks in through here. Take a walk. You can even just driving through, you'll be able to see it. There's incredible views. The biggest of the parks and kind of the easiest parking and be able to spread out and walk around a little bit more is Dinosaur Caves Park. But this whole zone here, Shell Beach, is just incredible. The part of Pismo that I want to direct your attention to, you're going to access by 5 Cities Drive. So where's the exit for 5 Cities Drive? We're just going to kind of like skip over like the in-town area here. Like down by that, where's the, there's the pier right there. So downtown. Again, it's just kind of a small area where it's not kind of like, the real estate that I help most people buy and sell is not in these little like downtown beachy areas. It's usually more up at kind of in the neighborhoods, right? So let's not talk about what's going on down at the pier and all the little restaurants and everything. Let's talk about where to find the best real estate. And Pismo Heights and Pacific Estates. Pismo Heights, hike up this hill, park at the bottom kind of by the middle school here. And this is like one of the, those crazy steep San Francisco narrow streets. And the top is just this little turnabout up here. There's a little bench you could rest on. Up at the top up here, the views are insane. The views are incredible of Pismo Beach from up here. So if you want to take the time to head up to Pismo Heights, then great. It's pretty small. It's just like this strip of just like this hillside of these view homes, and it's outstanding. But a place where you could actually like kind of spend a little bit of time driving around, enjoying yourself, get out of the car, kind of see the area. Pacific Estates. So if you get off on 5 Cities Drive, which is where again? I'm always getting myself lost right here. 5 Cities Drive. So come in 5 Cities Drive, and then actually take a right. There's some stores around here. It's like a little outlet situation here. But take a right, go under the freeway, and pop out on James Way, and then head on up into this neighborhood here, and take a look around. It's really beautiful up there. Find your way back to James Way and head on over to Toucan Terrace, another really nice little neighborhood. Starting in the low millions for both of these and going up towards 2 million for the nicer homes in these neighborhoods. And then if you follow James Way across North Oak Park Boulevard, you're going to run right into Arroyo Grande. I just published a cool video about Arroyo Grande. It's really buried. You're not going to understand Arroyo Grande just by driving around it one time. If you're thinking about Arroyo Grande, it's going to take you a little while to get to know it. Arroyo Grande kind of bleeds into Pismo, it kind of bleeds into Grover Beach, it kind of bleeds into Napomo. It can be kind of a confusing place to get to know. But coming up James Way is a great place to start. Rancho Parkway and James Way are good kind of landmarks to know. And then Corbett Canyon and Branch Street over here. So drive up James Way, stop at the park here, Rancho Grande Park. You could drop down Rancho Parkway right here if you need to get down to In-N-Out Burger or Trader Joe's. Beautiful, beautiful neighborhood in here. How much money do you want to spend? You could spend anywhere between the low millions for a fixer. And well, depending, like over here by Spanish Moss right here and Mesquite Lane, you can be below $1 million over here. See, the lots are a little bit smaller. Everything's kind of tightly packed, but then over here, these larger homes, you could spend a lot of money up in here. Some beautiful homes up on the hill over here, and then the rural real estate out here is just incredible. Yeah, go drive around out there. It's amazing. Come down James Way, connect over to Corbett Canyon, so you can either head left or right, really, on Tally Ho, and you'll drop down right into the village area down here. Village is super sweet. Grab a coffee, grab some lunch, go over to the park. So there's this little swinging bridge over here. If you just find somewhere to park, there's like a couple public parking areas here, and find the swinging bridge. You can walk over to the Heritage Square Park. There's a really neat kind of historical neighborhood over here. There's some newer homes also, but really, really neat. This is a great place to just kind of take a little neighborhood walkabout, get to know this part of Arroyo Grande. And then we are going to leave Arroyo Grande. Arroyo Grande actually comes way down south down here, and there's a golf community that I'm going to show you, but we're not going to get too into the weeds here, but just know that Arroyo Grande comes way down here into this ag land and some cool golf communities. But so East Branch Street turns into Grand Avenue, is that right? Like I said, I always mix up my roads. Yeah, so East Grand Avenue is what Branch turns into. And some good little coffee shops along here. And just look at this. This is pretty gridded out. So this isn't super hard to understand. You know, it's pretty well developed, and it's, you know, a nice little area. But so Arroyo Grande turns into Grover Beach. The nicer parts of Grover Beach are closer to the ocean. There's not a whole heck of a lot of like view homes, but you are super close to Pismo. There's this beautiful monarch butterfly grove, and there's the Pismo Dunes, which is really the Oceano Dunes. But neat spot if you want to go drive around on the beach. You can do that. It's just like less than $10 to get out there, I think. Or just walk out there, and you can have bonfires out there at nighttime. It's just a super fun, neat area. But so Grover, you'll get the hang of Grover pretty quickly. And from Grover, we're going to head down to Oceano. Oceano's super small. I have to say, I don't like Oceano's so small. I haven't done much business there, just to be perfectly frank. I don't know all that much about it. It's awesome. I've hung out down here in the Oceano Dunes area a bunch, but there's just not a lot of inventory down there. Kind of like Avila, right? Except for it's just like not quite as, you know, I don't spend time at an Oceano like I do in Avila. Go check it out. You know, you're going to see a fair amount of more like run-down houses, and then like some really nice houses right on the water. From Oceano, we're going to head over to Nipomo. When you look on the map, Nipomo just shows up over here on the east side, but it's really like this whole kind of big area, and actually goes way out into the east side also. But Nipomo's an interesting place. It's like golf communities, ag land, and then just like big, beautiful homes, some amazing gated communities, but not another one that's not super easy to get to know. And it's not a great fit for a lot of people. There's not much of like a downtown area there. So if you're going to need to go really like, well, there is like a Vons, but it's just small. So anyway, Nipomo, find Monarch Dunes Golf Club. The community there is called Trinity. So really, really sweet golf community. There's a Black Lake golf community. And then, of course, there's Cypress Golf also, the Cypress Golf Course, which is over here, which is actually officially in Arroyo Grande. Look for Mesa Road and the Nipomo Regional Park to get yourself across and head back towards Highway 101. And from here, we're going to head back to SLO, because this is as far as we're going to go, right? We're not going to go down into the Santa Maria area because that's outside of our county. So back up towards SLO. And now to actually get into SLO and explore around SLO a little bit and see the downtown, you've got options again. So head back to 101 and then take off towards Lopez Drive, Wasna Road, Highway 227. You could also go out North Oak Park towards Noyes Road. Go this way. But what I would like for you to do is go back to the village, head out East Branch, Corbett Canyon, and then, let me back out a little bit here. I want you to head out this way, out towards Lopez Drive. So it's actually Wasna. So when you leave this village area, you're going to take a right instead of a left and head out towards Lopez Drive. You're not going to go all the way out to Lopez Lake, which is a really neat little area, and there's incredible like backcountry areas out there. It's really, really, really neat out there. But this area out here, Orcutt Road, is just an outstanding, just fun, rural country. Just like, it's just like the most, it's like quintessential rolling hills out there. There's vineyards. It's just really, really pretty. If you decide to go out Corbett Canyon Road, that's fine. Come across Tiffany Ranch and then connect with Orcutt, and that's maybe, that might even be more of a beautiful drive actually, but you're not going to go wrong. If you just came back in Highway 227 here, that's fine. Also, you're just going to run into the airport. It's not quite as pretty, but it is still also very beautiful. come all the way in Orcutt, come in Tank Farm Road, and then head into town on Broad Street here. Broad Street, Highway 227, same thing. And then just go into downtown. Downtown, if you haven't been to downtown San Luis Obispo, well, then you're in for a treat. Spend some time down here. Just going down there for an hour or two, it's nowhere near enough. You're going to need to go to San Luis Obispo. If you want to move to San Luis Obispo, you're going to take time getting to know the area. But at least go into downtown and check it out. Marsh Street and Higuera Street are kind of the two main arteries to get around in the main downtown area, and then Monterey also. This road right here is Santa Rosa, running north to south, and if I just back out, you'll see Santa Rosa just turns into Highway 1, heading back towards Morro Bay. So you've got Santa Rosa, you've got Marsh Street, you've got Higuera, and you've got Monterey, and those are kind of like your main roads for getting around in downtown San Luis. If you want to know it better, check out the videos that I've made on it. Give me a call, we'll go tour around. Cal Poly, right up here. So California Boulevard or Grand will get you up into Cal Poly. Foothill, there's Foothill again, right? We talked about Foothill earlier that ran over from Los Osos Valley Road. Runs right into Cal Poly. From there, we're heading north. Get back on the 101. So likely you're gonna end up on Monterey. It's a good northern exit. Get off on Highway 101 and let's head up to Santa Margarita. Okay, so you're gonna go up and over the grade, and if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss it. Be careful. You gotta take the Highway 58 exit into Santa Margarita. There is one exit for Santa Margarita. So take it. Otherwise, you're gonna fly right by and head to Atascadero, which it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Santa Margarita does not take long to get to know. If you needed to swing back by sometime and check it out, this is it right here. If you're looking on like Zillow or Realtors MLS, it's going to show Santa Margarita as being this giant area of land that goes all the way out to California Valley, way out here. Here's the Santa Margarita Lake. It's actually a huge area, but as far as like the little downtown area, boop, it's right there. There's incredible hiking areas out here. It's a really amazing area to get to know. But as far as just kind of like trying to get your bearings, this is it. The Range is an amazing steakhouse. There's a little coffee shop there. Stop in, say hi to people. Educated Gardener. Look, there's a little gardening place right here. Definitely have spent a little bit of time in there getting educated. And then let's head to Atascadero. Here's Garden Farms, neat little area. There's some really beautiful like 5-acre parcels out here. Start around 2 million. And then head into town. If you're trying to get to know Atascadero in a day, good luck. I'll help you out a little bit here, but Atascadero is another pretty difficult place to get to know. Head straight to downtown. So if you've been to Atascadero but you haven't been there in a couple of years, downtown Atascadero has really kind of upped its game. It's turned into a pretty cool little downtown area. So head down to the Sunken Gardens. Which, why am I having trouble? This is my hometown here, and I can't even find downtown. What's wrong with me? There's Wendy's. Where's Highway 41? Oh, right there. Okay, so we gotta go a little further. So here's Sunken Gardens. This is a great place to park your car and check out the little downtown area right here. It's not much, but it is awesome. There's some great restaurants now, great coffee shops. You can actually walk to the top of this little park over here. It's a nice big hill, get a good view. Takes about 15 minutes from downtown if you walk at a nice clip to get up there. If you want to get a taste of kind of the nicer, the more desirable west side of Atascadero from downtown, just take traffic way underneath 101 and find Santa Lucia. So literally just El Camino. This is traffic way right here. Go under the 101. Let me just zoom in right here. And then you're going to kind of do this little zigzag right here and find your way onto Santa Lucia. Follow that up across Portola, and you're gonna find your way to Long Valley Ranches on Santa Ana here. So there's gonna be a little sign right here that says Long Valley Ranches, turn right on Santa Ana, and this will get you up into the West Hills. Santa Ana Road is a really, really nice view road. You'll be surprised how quickly you can just like get way out into the hills, and it really just opens up. Out here, Llano Road, Balboa, and further out Santa Lucia, this is Paradise Valley out here. But if you're looking to kind of move along and keep on moving up to Templeton and Paso, just stay down low on Graves Creek and follow that over to Monterey Road. You can head up Monterey Road up towards Del Rio, and you're going to be right back onto Highway 101 right here. Another neat little development happening over here. There's going to be like a little music venue that's put in over here, and a little shopping center going in over here for Atascadero. Atascadero is kind of up and coming. And I want to make sure I mention that Grover Beach. I don't know if I'm emphasizing how kind of cool Grover Beach is. I tend to kind of like skip over Grover Beach all the time, but it is kind of a neat and up and coming little town. The two up and coming towns in SLO County to me are Grover Beach and Atascadero. So leave on Highway 101. I'm skipping over the east side of Atascadero just because Atascadero is tricky. Templeton, tiny. Main Street, not a whole heck of a lot to it. Vineyard Avenue is really well known because it runs over to the highway, the famous Highway 46, and into some of the most famous real estate, famous wine, one of the more famous wine regions in the nation and in the world. So Vineyard Drive, beautiful gated homes out here, awesome little dog park. The downtown is just right here, super small. You can literally just get off on Vineyard Avenue, take a right, take a left, and it's right there. Yeah, take a little look around. There's some beautiful rural homes up here that run up into like 3 million really quickly. There's some more affordable stuff kind of around the hospital here. Templeton Hills is nice. South Bessel, there's a little park over here to get out and run around. It's awesome. To move on out of Templeton and get up towards Paso, take the backcountry route, head out El Pomar, get to know East Templeton a little bit. El Pomar to El Pomar. This is the El Pomar Junction out here. Take a left on South El Pomar, run over to Creston Road. Now you're in Paso, East Paso. Just follow this in. If you want to go check out and like explore like big ranches out here, instead of taking a left and going into Paso, take a right on Creston Road and find your way to Geneseo and Lene Road, and that'll take you all the way over to East 46. But that's like a lot of big ranches, wide open country out there. If you turn left on Creston, you're going to run into the golf club and downtown Paso. Some neat kind of more rural type communities out here, and just kind of like in-town areas here. My favorite neighborhood in all of Paso, got to show you real quick, Barley Grain Road. Spanish Camp over here. This is a really, really special part of Paso. You got to see it to believe it. Come down Charlotte or across Niblick, and then you can get into the downtown area over here, the coveted west side of Paso, which is quite small. One of the reasons that it's hard to get real estate there and it's expensive because of how small it is, and the fact that it opens up into the incredible west side wine region. Drive this loop. Or if you're into cycling, this is one of the coolest cycling loops anywhere. Come out 24th, turns into Nosmiano Road, turns into Adelaide Road, all the way out. Incredible wineries out here. This is Peachy Canyon right here. You can take this and it'll turn back into Vineyard towards Templeton. But find your way back into Paso, get a hotel, find an Airbnb, spend the night, and you're done. Or head back over the Highway 46, maybe you're going to catch a sunset. This is one of the most incredible viewpoints anywhere to overlook the coast. That is San Luis Obispo. Thank you for joining me if you've made it this far. What a whirlwind. This is not the way to do it. Spend a week here, spend a month here. We have clients sell their houses and move into an RV and stay in a campground. We have clients that are living here right now in an Airbnb. They sold their house in LA and they just moved up here because they know this is where they want to be. It's a great way to do it. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We'd be happy to help you. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.